Hello all YouTubers, I'm the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning back into this weather presentation for April 23rd, 2020. As always, please don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. If you like my weather channel content, please consider subscribing as well. Today we're going to be tracking live the severe weather that's going on in the southeast. Very catastrophic damage that it produced in Texas and Oklahoma before. And it's going to continue. The storms are going to continue to move through the southeast, and we actually have some severe thunderstorm warnings and some tornado warnings actually posted right now. So we're going to get in there and track that. But before you do, please consider subbing and liking my videos and just answering a little poll question at the top right of your screen there. Just asking a little poll question, weather related. So please consider answering it. Just pitch in, and I'll look at the results and just see what you guys think about the weather poll question that I put up on the top right of the screen there. So please consider checking that out. All right, let's get into the severe weather coverage. All right, so before we hit the radar, I just wanted to point out the Storm Prediction Center's outlook here. We had a slight risk for much of the southeast, and actually Georgia and Florida here actually has an enhanced risk for severe weather today. Here's that was your categorical risk here. So again, enhanced southern Georgia there into northern Florida. Tornado risk about 5%, but we already have a tornado warning up, significant wind, and even some hail damage farther to the west. Here it is on radar, but we're going into more in depth in the storm. But here's that line of storms I've been watching for a while, moving through Georgia and Florida. Okay, we'll eventually, it's going to be moving through Tallahassee. Actually, if I refresh, I bet you it's moving through Tallahassee right now, actually. And yes, it's moving through Tallahassee, and that's where the tornado warning is. Eventually heading towards Valdosta. Okay, there it is on the wider angle here, wider viewing angle, and you can see it's a very large area of storms. And yes, these tornadoes are going to be mostly rain wrapped because there's a lot of rain. It's not just little cells. Okay, it's a massive area of rain and embedded severe thunderstorms. So there's a look at the radar there again, and let's actually look at, and we actually have two tornado warnings now in Florida. One just to the northeast of Tallahassee. Okay, here's a tornado warning. I'm going to click tornado warning. And yes, there's your tornado warning. It's moving east at 45 miles an hour, okay? If the tornado does seem to be a radar confirmed one, okay? But if you do not experience tornado damage, you are going to very likely experience the damaging winds. And that's where we're going to click on the severe thunderstorm warning after we look at this here. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter, so you need to get in your shelter, get to the interior location of your house. If you have a basement or a storm shelter, that's great. Definitely want to get in there. But just a note here, look at Monticello. Okay, because it's very interesting because a line was just forming there and it just never moved. All right, so definitely, it's actually like a line of storms too, but it's not moving. So definitely some flash flooding damage potential there from Monticello up towards Quitman, near Route 84, Route 27, Route 57. Is there 57? Yeah, 57 and 27. The routes and just north of I-10. That's where that line has just been sitting here. I-10 just to the north. But again, that tornado warning is going to be issued for this right here as it now moves into Tallahassee and Monticello. So something to watch out for. All those red boxes are river flood warnings. And here's the more broad severe thunderstorm warning here. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Like I said, usually in a severe thunderstorm warning, usually we'll have 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but this line is very powerful. We can see wind gust over 70 to 75 miles an hour here. And it is radar indicated as always. And you see severe thunderstorms are located along the line extending from 8 miles southwest of Pelham to near Havana to 14 miles south of Greensboro, all the way to 7 miles west of Apalachicola. And this is moving east at 50 miles an hour. All right, so this is a very dangerous line of thunderstorms here that is now approaching Tallahassee. Again, tornado warning just to the northeast there. Another tornado warning we have to point out is on that southern flank of that line. All right, so the southern portion here. Again, let's click at that other tornado warning. Okay, and this is for south central Wakulla County and northeastern Franklin County right in the Big Bend area of Florida. All right, so we're talking about the Apalachicola National Forest. We're talking about the Apalachicola, like the actual city, in Crawfordville as well. This part of the line is actually moving northeast at 60 miles an hour, so even more enhanced damage. The southern flank of the line is moving a lot faster than the northern flank is. So again, more wind damage from that. Again, mobile homes will be destroyed Sadly, that's not going to cut it here. This is lasting until 7 EDT. So Eastern time. So all these storms are obviously in the Eastern time here. This is radar indicated rotation. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is also likely. And again, just outside of that, there's your tornado or severe thunderstorm warning. Again, 70-mile-an-hour wind gust. And that tornado warning is, the severe thunderstorm warning is huge. I mean, it goes from Georgia all the way down into almost the Gulf of Mexico region, like actually over the Gulf of Mexico. So definitely a very destructive line of storms. So this is your chance. I'm warning you now. You might want to. You must take cover. And there's actually some more storms actually flowing up back towards the west. I've been noticing that when I was looking at the other radars before I started looking at this one here. They're not severe warned yet by any means, but definitely around Alexander City, Clanton, and then Prattville, Alberta. There are two areas that could experience some. Maybe, obviously, there's no. We're not reporting 58-mile-an-hour winds, which is why there isn't a severe warning, but any of these batches of storms can still produce winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour, which is just under the severe limit, but could definitely strengthen on down the road. Also, we do have some marine warnings. There's a marine warning here just off the coast of Jacksonville, including Jacksonville Beach. Wind gusts 34 knots or higher, and also some small hail. All right, so we're talking about wind gusts of over 39 or 40 miles an hour plus, and extending down through Jacksonville Beach. And the western edge of that line could clip St. Augustine, but it seems to be fizzling out. Might not even make it to Palm Coast either. The line is really pushing off to the southeast, and it's really just making its way off the coastline. So definitely something we're going to be watching out for as well. Still small hail. Okay, we're still going to have small hail in that marine warning. A couple of flash flood warnings we actually have. This is for Dale counties, Geneva counties, Houston counties, Jackson counties, Holmes counties, Early County, that's a nice name, and Seminole County, so northwestern Seminole County in southwestern Georgia there. And we're talking about up to 6 inches of rain has already fallen. And by the way, in case you don't know which one I'm in this flash flood warning. Dothan, Donaldson, so places that Dothan, Georgia, I know is a decently populated place in Georgia. I mean, it's a town that I know of. Flash flooding, is being caused by thunderstorms. Right, obviously, because the thunderstorms have moved through, we just had a huge line that moved through. We had rain earlier, and then we had the line coming through this region. We had the rain earlier, then the line comes through, and then even more rain comes behind the actual line. Like, when the Mid-Atlantic region, when we got our severe weather on Tuesday, it was one line and it was done. So, but we're talking about rain, then a line of huge severe weather, and then more rain behind that. And it looks like we do have another tornado warning. All right. This one seems to actually have, well, let's move up here first. This one has started moving more northeast of Tallahassee, closer to Monticello here. Again, still moving east at 45 miles an hour, but I think the real change actually happened down here. So the tornado warning actually expanded a little bit farther to the east, because the storm is actually moving to the east here. Again, the southern flank of the line is now moving east at 45 miles an hour as well. So it really slowed down, and it's so I think these two are actually the same tornado warning. But again, moving east at 45 miles an hour. This is radar indicated rotation. Actually, no, the part near Carabel is still moving east at 60, and then up to the north here, it's moving east at 45. So if you live down near Carabel, this is Route 319. It's going to be over a lot quicker for you than places like Tallahassee and Crawfordville. So it could last a little bit longer up there. But either way, the line is making its way through, and the tornado warning is now extended, to include near Plum Orchard, Live Oak Island, Scanlon there, just southwest of US 27, US 19, Route 20, so alternate Route 27 as well. So again, this is going to move potentially over the Gulf of Mexico here, right in the northeastern Gulf. I believe that is Appalachia Bay. If I'm not, is that Appalachia Bay? Or that actually could be, but it is moving over the northeast corner of the Gulf of Mexico. Why am I slightly fearful about this? If the storm seems to be losing its reds, don't let that fool you, because it's going to be moving over the above average temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, and if the line can actually make it to Cross City here, we could have some heavy rainfall for Mayo, Perry, Cross City here. Maybe even all the way down to Cedar Key, maybe. By the Lower Swanee National Wildlife Reef. So that's going to be and we're going to be watching a very broad marine warning over that northeastern Gulf of Mexico area, again, because of this line that's going to be coming through. And that marine warning, actually, yeah, so again, the line is moving east, according to this, at 40 knots, which is about a little bit more than 45 miles an hour. We're talking about water spouts in this region that could actually come ashore. Okay, we could be having some water spouts come on shore around Steinhatchee and Fish Creek, and even, well, it's just north of Shire Island, but yes, Fish Creek and Steinhatchee definitely going to want to watch out, all right, for the potential for some water spouts. And wind gusts to nearly 50 knots, which is like well over 58 miles an hour. So that would actually prompt a severe thunderstorm warning. And also some small hail. All right. So please, okay, even a severe thunderstorm warning or a marine warning, treat it like a tornado warning. All right. Now, I know you might be saying, well, what happens if there's a tornado warning, which prompts you to go to the lowest level of your house, and there's a flash flood warning, which prompts you to go to the highest level of your house? Trust me, I've asked myself that question multiple times. Okay, and the recommended option, all right, would follow the tornado warning. Okay, follow the tornado warning. Go to the basement. If the basement isn't accessible, okay, because that flash flood warning was in effect and there's water down there, okay, don't go to the basement. Then go to the next best step. You want to go right in the middle of your house, because the tornado warning tells you to go to the lowest level, and the flash flood warning tells you to go to the highest level. So your best bet, if the basement isn't accessible still, which is still dangerous because of the flooding, you want to go to that, again, that interior room on like that level 1, the first floor of your house, that interior room, away from windows, away from exterior walls. Hopefully the water shouldn't rise up that far, but again, that's kind of a situation that some people could potentially get stuck in, where like there's a tornado warning and then a flash flood warning too. Region I'm really concerned about that could prompt some flash flood warnings. Check out this area, northern Florida here. Everything has just been sitting here, right? And that is due to a potentially stalled front. Okay, so this whole area, the rain just isn't moving. All right, so we're talking about Okeechobee National Wildlife Refuge. I always say this wrong. It's Osceola, right? Osceola? Yeah. National Forest here. And even near Madison, Florida, Jasper, the rain has just not been moving. All right? But good news. Okay, that rain will be out of here, but we're going to have to deal with that line to really kick out that precipitation to kind of blow it off to the east. Again, here's a severe thunderstorm warning. Has moved away now. Has moved to the east, I believe, a little bit. So the line does appear to be maybe weakening. All right, now I'm seeing only 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts in the hazard zone, in the severe warning zone, as opposed to 70. And I could tell that the line is starting to lose a little bit of its juice, but Tallahassee's getting the brunt of it now. This is still a very dangerous line. And also, keep in mind, it actually did slow down a little bit, so that could be a reason why the wind damage might not be quite as high. It's moving east at 35 miles an hour as opposed to 45 to 60. So it has definitely slowed down a little bit, and again, kind of approaching that region where the precipitation just doesn't seem to move, does it? Just doesn't really seem to move. So again, Crawfordville, Tallahassee, definitely some areas you're going to want to watch out for some damaging thunderstorms. That other aerial flood warning, 5 to 7 inches of rain has already occurred in this area. Now, good news, all the rainfall, I believe, has moved out now. So all the rainfall seems to be gone. All right, so we're in the clear here. But again, all these river flood warnings are going to take a while for them to recede. Even all the way back towards Jackson, Mississippi, we have extensive river flood warnings all across the southeast. And luckily, this should be the last severe weather event, or at least the last severe weather outbreak event that we'll have to deal with for a while. And again, those storms moving near Alexander City doesn't seem to be moving all that much. Well, I mean, they don't really. I mean, they're moving fast, but they don't seem to have any severe warnings or anything, so that's good news, or no tornado warnings. But bad news for a place like Dadeville, you just had a extensive amount of precipitation, heavy precipitation, okay, from that little area of orange and red that just moved through, and guess what? Now you're going to have another line of precipitation moving through, but then after that, it's over for you in Dadeville. Alright, so let's go back here, because I want to go back to the radar, and I want to go back to those Alabama storms that seem to be moving through, like right here. So the hourly rainfall rate for these storms, keep in mind. So again, if you don't know what I'm talking about these storms here just north of Montgomery. Okay, there's actually a couple different clusters of kind of like lines of severe storms, or not quite severe, but again, producing very heavy rainfall. All right, and Montgomery, just to the northwest of there, is already under a river flood warning, so we don't need any more rain. And these storms have actually been producing, well, we did see some yellow and orange, so maybe around 1.5 to 1.7 inches of rain every hour. Now, granted, it's not going to be lasting an hour, but still, I mean, inch of rain in an hour, I mean, let's say it only lasts a half hour. You're still getting a half an inch of rain, and that's a lot. Doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, it's a lot. How much rain have we had total? All that lime green, at least an inch. Anywhere in these yellow areas here, I don't know why it keeps going in and out like that, but eastern Alabama, parts of western Alabama, I've seen 2.5 inches and even up to 3 inches of rain so far. Alright, so definitely this is a bad severe weather event. Not just a severe weather event, but our heavy rainfall event as well. Alright, so again, let's see how much rain we've had so far here. And take a look at this. Look at southeastern Alabama, okay? Alright, so here's Dothan, okay? Okay, if I happen to say that Dothan was in Georgia the first time, I'm sorry, because that's Alabama. I think I did say Alabama, but I'm not quite sure. But look at that widespread area of 3 to 4 inches, and that little area of red just southwest of Dothan, Alabama, 5 to over 5.5 inches of rainfall that we've had so far. That is sick. Alright, so that's why even in those tornado warning areas, and we just had another tornado warning pop up, so let's go to that. But again, 5 inches of rain, that is just sick. Alright, another tornado warning just popped up here. Lucky for you, Tallahassee, there's one to the southeast of you, one to the northeast of you, but still dangerous threat. So this newest tornado warning, again, that line moving near Tallahassee, Woodville, moving east at 45 miles an hour. Tornado, and also on top of that, quarter-sized hail. Alright, so kind of take I mean, if you really want to know, I mean, go take cover, but go take a quarter and hold it in your hand. And that's how big the hail is going to be. Radar indicated rotation. Okay, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Again, same stuff here. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Tree damage is very likely. Now, good news is that the tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas. However, the safety of every human being counts. Alright? Even rural areas pretty much are going to have people in it to some degree because it's Florida, right? Might not always be the case, but there's still going to be people there, so you really need to be on guard. And also keep an eye, because when that line moved through, that really kind of helped to spark that river flood warning here off to the west here near Apalachicola National Forest. So more river flooding and even some flash flooding. But let's go through all the tornado warnings again in Florida south to north, because sometimes they update them. Again, the southern flank of this line seems to be moving at 60 miles an hour, unless it just hasn't updated yet. Then again, radar indicated rotation. Okay, this part of the tornado warning is near Carabel. Alright, this part of the tornado warning right here is just to the southeast of Crawfordville. It is moving east at 45 miles an hour. Okay, so a little bit slower. Alright, this is until 7:15 Eastern time. Again, tree destruction. We're talking about mobile homes. Again, will be destroyed. So, bad idea if you're in a mobile home. The dangerous thunderstorm will be near St. Mark's right around 7:05, so in 5 minutes. And here's a tornado warning I just talked about here. Again, storms moving east at 45 miles an hour. Volusia County, Taylor County, Jefferson, and Leon counties. And finally, the northernmost tornado warning in Florida. Again, moving east at 45 miles an hour. Again, it's all part of this, pretty much the same line. Damaging tornado, quarter-sized hail, and tree damage, mobile homes damage, and flying debris will be very likely, if not already occurring. A tornado is on the ground, actually. So take cover now. Alright, basement, interior room, lowest level. Definitely gonna want to go to those areas. Let's go to the middle tornado warning again. And yes, so it says take cover now. Okay, so for this the newest issued tornado warning, it doesn't say a tornado is on the ground, but it is a radar indicated rotation that maybe the tornado is starting to form, maybe in the atmosphere. Here's a tornado warning here. Alright, so here's that one that's third one down, so approaching St. Mark's here. Again, this one hasn't seemed to touch the ground yet, but we will continue to get updates. And finally, the southernmost tornado warning doesn't seem to have a tornado on the ground yet either, but still, definitely going to want to take cover. All right, so that is your live severe thunderstorm coverage. Again, please be careful. Perry, Cross City, and this will eventually move all through Jacksonville and Savannah, whatever's left of it. But even way up to the north here, tons of flooding. We've had several inches of rain and several more inches of rain to come here. So please take cover. All right, the safety of every human being in these certain cases is very important. All right, so thank you for watching this video. I am The Weather Dude, signing off. Till next time. Stay safe, everybody.